turbo truck.
So this axle originally is auto lockers, which is like vacuum driven, and this guy converted them to manual lockers. Has its ups and downs. One of the downs is you have to get out and do it. Upside is they're pretty fail-proof. The vacuum lockers, if you get a vacuum leak, they might not work.
We are headed to Mexico. Pray they don't buy my watermelon.
Watermelon. Cool, calm, and collected, brother. I think this is completely different.
Did you hear your little cheese?
All our stuff.
We made it past the checkpoint. Susanna and Andrew got checked, but oh good.
Here's what's unique about Mexico right here. Look at the road. Singa.
We also got our favorite chips. Roof dog. The absolute first and most major thing when you get to Mexico is to get tacos. I'm sure you guys know that, but you can't not have tacos your first day.
His first fill up in Mexico, in the wild.
First time in Mexico. I got so excited because it said that gas was $2.15, but that's per liter, not per gallon.
Well, and you also read it wrong because it's 2015.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What is
21.
going on?
21.50.
Is it really $21.59? Oh, that's pesos.
Yeah.
I'm all screwed up.
I cannot even begin to describe how nice the weather is down here. It can be windy, but the warmth after actually spending a true winter in Montana, not even the full length of a true winter, it feels so nice to have sunshine and warmth and be in summer clothes full time. We're living, baby.
Living life on the road again. Yeah. So we drove for like, what, 7 hours today on bumpy, jarring roads, and we parked here at Guerrero Negro, which is about halfway down Baja, and heard the exhaust is rattling on something. So I looked under, and as I was looking under, one, we have an oil leak, so don't mind that. That's not the issue right now. But see right here? So this from here to where it actually bends down is supposed to be straight. But instead, it right there where that drip is, the pipe bent, so our whole transmission is sagging right now quite a bit, where that's supposed to be sitting basically straight across. So I guess I didn't really think about that when I added that bend in, as I created like a fulcrum for it to bend on. And it's not just bent, it's cracked as well. The actual tube cracked right here. Basically, this plate is holding it together. I guess part of the shakedown process. Luckily, I have plenty of metal here, my welder, all that stuff. We'll be parked here for a couple days, it looks.
Good thing it's windy.
So that way I can do some windy welding. So I strapped up the transmission. which is good enough for tonight because we got a dinner to go to, and I don't really want to deal with it right at this moment.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day, so.
But we did go grocery shopping, so I am sorting through all of the goods. For the last few weeks, Hank has been dealing with a ear hematoma. It's not bothering him much, but it's basically cauliflower ear for dogs, and he got it by shaking his head. I don't know, somehow a blood vessel popped and there's a huge bump in it full of fluid, and I don't want it to solidify, so we've tried to drain it, but we can't. He's big, he's strong, his skin is honestly so thick we can't drain it. So we actually booked an appointment yesterday with our friend Daniel that we met for dinner. One of his good friends down here in Baja is a vet, so he's gonna take a look at Hank today and hopefully drain it for us. From there is just full of fluid, and it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's really thick and puffy. Thankfully, Andrew and Susanna have volunteered to take me in with Hank while Lance gets working on the transmission today.
Can't keep his tongue in his mouth.
Some Instagram friends met up with us last night. We're still with Andrew and Susanna over here. Poor Hanky, of course, for Valentine's Day is getting surgery. He's still at the vet. We're gonna pick him up later this afternoon while we finish up some projects here.
Best part I've ever made. It was like a gun. Sits this way, but this clears the front drive shaft, and you can see how it's split right here. I just had this one tube, and I wasn't under any impression that this would actually hold it, but I never got around to bracing it until right now on a windy beach.
In other news, look at this beautiful spot that we have to work in right here. Lance is gonna weld in front of the van so that way it kind of blocks the wind a little bit. Moment of truth here.
I mean, it is so much sturdier than ever before. So, I guess I didn't really show you. I added this bar here, which this is the craziest notch I've ever made in my life. It's like a 2-foot long notch. Welded that sucker up, so it's welded there, and then I added a support on that side as well. Not the prettiest welds, but I'm also on a beach, so I don't really care. This is where it cracked here, and I just welded the crack back up all the way around. So the top was still intact, but it was a crack from here all the way through to the other side. So now we have support on the whole bottom side, another tube, and it's supporting here. So I think the issue was because I kicked this bend down, it made a stress point right here. So that should be that. Yep, it's all part of the technique. We're at Guerrero Negro's University. It is a smaller university, but why we are here is because Allie is actually teaching a class.
Muy poco español. Estudié. ¿Sí? ¿Sí? En español. Mi novio, mi perro Hank, he had surgery today. Aquí.
Lo acaban de operar de una oreja hoy aquí.
It's just his ear.
Está bien.
You have to find what makes your place special, what makes your place different.
Hanky got out of surgery today for his ear. He had some cauliflower ear, and it was just getting bigger and bigger, so we got that all situated, and he hasn't eaten all day, so he is starving.
The first month or so of van life is all about working out the kinks, and our kink this week is both of our shock mounts broke off. And Lance kind of had them just basically tacked up for a while, and we just never got around to fully welding them, so he's going to be welding them in a parking lot in Mexico.
I like when you see a dog with a collar on, because you're like, aw, someone cares about it.
The street dog's here in really good condition. Hola!
You know what's nice about doing it here is we're going to make so many friends.
I know! It'll be good for the tube. At least Lance is still in flip-flops. It's like half work up top, half vacation on the bottom. Flip-flops.
That's called luxury.
And we'll get tacos after this, just right down the street.
Will we?
Yeah, we are still in Guerrero Negro, and this place for us, we always spend way more time than we're planning on. We were originally planning on being here for 2 to 3 days. We've been here probably like 5 to 7 days. But at the end of the day, if we need work done or if we're doing things, we'd rather give our money to smaller communities in Baja like this versus the big cities down south.
Just gotta bolt the shocks up and then we're done. This right here is my favorite thing on the van, I think. It's our little trasharoo, because I can just put anything dirty in it and not have to care. Like, where would I store that elsewhere?
I will say we never really use the trasharoo for our trash though.
No, literally just
stored with Lance's stuff.
Yeah, it's just got a bunch of oil in it right now. Freaking bueno! These shocks still cooking? Take that as a success. So much better that this is in like a paved parking lot. You know, you'd think like, ooh, not paved, so poor. But in reality, it's so you can work on your shitty cars and not lay on the hard asphalt.
Babe, your flip-flop is hanging on for dear life.
Yeah.
You're getting flossed in there. That long bolt's been working for now, and it probably continue to work until it breaks off.
For quite some time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fix it anytime soon, I'll tell you that. Boom. And you know what I did? Because I'm a crazy son of a gun. You wanna know?
Tell me.
I pulled out my impact. Yeah, I know.
Love that noise.
Oh yeah, so can you see under here?
Yeah.
You see this bar? This is my temporary shock bar. So I actually cut this shock mount off here. I cut that off of the front suspension and welded it on just a spare tube and then welded the tube to our frame. And that's how our shocks are attached, and what happened is this entire bar broke off because I just had it tacked on with like that much weld, because it's supposed to just be to get us to like Idaho basically. Well, now we're in Baja.
Also, ignore this train horn. We've had it on 3 vehicles in the last 4 years, and it's never once been hooked up.
And it still isn't.
That poor flip-a-flop. People have a foot fetish. This video is going to be for them.
We're going viral.